yesterday. She shouted out her good friend, gave her a happy birthday shout out, and this was from Clark throwing darts, bruh, in the Indiana Pacers practice facility. Guys, is that an agent? Is that her agent?
Take a look at that genuine eagerness and smile in the studio. Because Caitlin Clark's approach to managing her public image has fundamentally changed during the past 72 hours. And if you've been following the WNBA offseason, you are aware of the current significance of this. For 2.5 years, Clark's quiet rather than her game was the main source of criticism. The PR machine that kept supporters at bay while she dominated headlines was the social media blackout. However, something shifted in the Bahamas this week, and what came next was a masterclass in image restoration.
Bahamas over the weekend, a couple of days ago, and they show love to a fan, man. They show love. Her and her parents greeted the fan. Caitlin even took a picture with the young lady husband. But I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark is definitely rebranding, redoing her image. She gotta be, bro. I don't know. I know I've been kind of critical of the Caitlin Clark hype and the Caitlin Clark persona.
The fan encounter in the Bahamas wasn't a coincidence. With genuine affection, Caitlin Clark's parents read to admirers while posing for photos with a stranger's husband. In contrast, during her freshman season, we sat through robotic press briefings. There is a distinction between day and night. Here's what makes this strategic, though. The WNBA Players Association is presently engaged in collective bargaining talks. Breanna Stewart has stated that a deal is about to be finalized with Front Sports. Translation: to remind everyone of the significance of the WNBA, the league needs its biggest star to be visible. Additionally, Caitlin Clark just so happens to be posting a ton of content on social media right when the league needs a boost. The timing is deliberate rather than fortuitous.
You this for a reason. Caitlin Clark is simply helping us. Oh man, she's super duper helping us. You know, like when you see stuff like this coming from Caitlin, this is great. This is great right here because this is showing us a different side of Caitlin Clark, and she's subliminally telling us she's getting ready for the season. Now, we did hear Breanna Stewart say earlier today to Front Office Sports that a deal is on the cuffs of getting done. Now, I know a lot of us, even myself,
we are now witnessing the reward. In just 6 hours, the dart-throwing video she posted on her personal Instagram account at the Indiana Pacers practice facility got more interest than some WNBA teams receive in a month. The comment section blew up. Her silence had irritated her fans, but now they felt connected once more. Take note of her attire as well. Complete practice equipment. Not practice gear, not vacation wear, not casual clothes. While CBA talks are ongoing, she is at the gym. She's making a statement without using words, even as speculation about whether we'll even have a 2026 season rages. I'm prepared for music. I'm at work. I have no intention of leaving. That is what distinguishes stars from superstars: subliminal communication. Your deeds speak louder than words, so you don't need to say anything.
Around right here, but she's in practice gear. She's getting ready. And that was a nice ass throw. I ain't gonna lie. She's getting ready for the start of the season, guys. I believe we're gonna have a 2026 season. I believe Caitlin Clark is going to rock the WNBA this season just on the strength of everything that has transpired. You know, everything that has transpired with Caitlin Clark, only playing a total of 13 games last year. Now she's being able to come back, prove herself, implement herself back to star status, even though I feel like her status never dropped, but it did a little bit, kind of, sort of. But just to implement herself back into top-tier level basketball shape.
This is a reality check. Prior to her injury ending the season, Caitlin Clark participated in precisely 13 games. 13 games. She also made more of an impact than any player in league history within that shortened window. The Fever saw a threefold increase in attendance. Sales of merchandise increased dramatically. Midway through the season, national television deals were renegotiated. However, the momentum was lost in July due to an ankle sprain. Once more, social media fell black. Music fans began to pose the awkward question, does she really care about connecting with us, or is this just business? After the meticulously staged image returned, she is currently battling that impression. Because the WNBA needs Caitlin Clark to be the face that keeps fans interested if the CBA talks break down and a lockout is possible. Her posting is necessary. They must see her. When the games return, they need her to remind casual spectators of their importance. All of a sudden, she is everywhere.
Get that 2023 Caitlin Clark at Iowa, bro. That's the one I want to see. And really, I kind of want to see that 22 Caitlin Clark. You know, when she broke the scoring record, I want to see that 2022 light up the scoreboard Caitlin Clark, hitting logo threes from damn near half court. That's the Caitlin Clark I want to see for this 2026 season. I want to see a MVP caliber Caitlin Clark for the 2023 season. And do I believe we're going to get it? Yes, we're going to get it. We're going to hella get it. Caitlin Clark is doing her part to keep us entertained. Now, you know the old saying, are you entertained? That is what Caitlin Clark is doing.
The 2022 Everyone Wants to Hear That Music version again, Caitlin Clark. From 35 feet, the one hitting logo threes. The one who made women's college basketball an appointment to watch and smashed Iowa's scoring record. Prior to the business sponsorships and the meticulously maintained image, each word was screened by 3 public relations representatives. Because she felt approachable, that player was electrifying. She used foul language. She was emotional. She revealed the true person behind the highlights to her fans. The WNBA machine then took control of her. And all of that individuality was sanitized for widespread use. Music, but take a look at what's happening right now. The video from the Bahamas seemed real. The dart-throwing video seemed impromptu. Her friend's birthday greeting felt intimate. These PR drops are not calculated. Alternatively, if they are concealing the computation much more effectively. In any case, it's effective because fans are reacting.
Let me pull this up. In April, I believe it's going down in April. I meant to talk about this yesterday. So Stephanie White is going on a media run here in St. Louis at First Forum headquarters, which is about 15 minutes from the crib. Let me see here. So this came out yesterday. So this right here, Stephanie White's Give Fever shares the WNBA offseason update. So Stephanie White's first season with the Fever was a success, despite the team failing to achieve to the ultimate goal, and that's the WNBA championship. Now, despite the dire circumstances, the Fever were still able to go all the way to the semis where they lost to the Asia Wilson. We can all say that it was a little wonky. Now, on Monday, Stephanie White took to social media to share
On April 11th, Stephanie White will make an appearance at the First Forum headquarters in St. Louis as part of her upcoming media tour. She will compete alongside Ray Lewis, Matt Rule, and Will Compton at a high-profile contest that emphasizes mental toughness and discipline. Additionally, you can anticipate that every inquiry will return to the same subject. When will Caitlin Clark return? Because it is the main focus of this offseason. The CBA talks are important. The expansion draft is important. The coaching adjustments are important. But without Clark being healthy and performing at a high level, none of it receives widespread notice. White is aware of this. The Fever organization is aware of this. And it's evident from these social media posts that Caitlin Clark is also aware of this. She is doing more than simply ankle rehabilitation. Her relationship with the fan base is being rehabilitated. She is reminding everyone of the reasons they initially fell in love with her game. Once more, the time is ideal. In the next weeks, her iconic shoe will be released. In April, the media tour gets underway. If the CBA is settled, training camp will begin in May. Everything is coming together for the WNBA's much-needed comeback story.
See, I don't know.
Winning team from the sideline Coach White understands one truth. Results follow discipline. Pressure reveals preparation. She doesn't talk about confidence.
Now, Stephanie White is scheduled to be at this event, intense high performance event, and I'm thinking about going, y'all. And mental toughness and discipline. It is spearheaded by renowned performance coach, keynote speaker Ben Newman, a two-time Wall Street Journalist host, and the event will be taking place at St. Louis, Missouri at First Forum headquarters. First Forum headquarters. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a big-time event. I don't know 100% if I'm going or not, but I think I might go.
Now, let's discuss the true meaning of this. Because during the off-season, we're not merely witnessing a player share some lighthearted content. We are witnessing a purposeful image change that is taking place in real time, perfectly timed with product releases and media appearances, and coordinated with league commercial discussions. The Caitlin Clark who participated in those 13 games during the previous season was excellent. However, she was also alone, cut off from the fan base, and surrounded by debate about whether the WNBA was becoming overly preoccupied with one player at the expense of everyone else, and whether she deserved the attention she was receiving. Her brand was being destroyed by that narrative. More significantly, it was destroying the league's capacity to successfully capitalize on her celebrity. A marketing campaign cannot be built around a person that fans are conflicted about. Love or hate is what you need. Music, in professional sports, apathy is fatal. These social media posts aim to eradicate the apathy, reestablish the emotional bond that was strained throughout a difficult first season, and remind supporters why they were interested in the first place. And this is the aspect of Caitlin Clark that is disregarded in all the discussions surrounding her game. She is incredibly intelligent. She is aware of the media. She is aware of branding. She is fully aware of what she is doing with these posts. The relaxed, impromptu atmosphere is the result of cautious computation. She comes across as nice and personable in the Bahamas video. She appears to be entertaining and sporty in the dart-throwing video. She appears committed and serious based on the practice gear. Every post targets a different audience, responds to a different critique, and reconstructs a new aspect of her public persona. This isn't a coincidence. This is a well-planned tactic being used just when the WNBA needs to gain momentum. Additionally, the fact that it seems natural is evidence of its effectiveness. Because the version of Caitlin Clark that the league needs for the next 10 years is the one we're witnessing this week. Skilled but not conceited, devoted but not robotic, approachable but not overexposed. It strikes the ideal balance between every lady and a celebrity. And the WNBA will have something unprecedented if she can sustain this enthusiasm throughout the comeback, the release of the trademark sneaker, and any drama that arises throughout the 2026 season. A true crossover celebrity who is genuinely liked by fans, not just respected or acknowledged. That's what separates LeBron James from Kevin Durant, Tom Brady from Aaron Rodgers, and those who dominate their sport from those who transcend it. More important than the numbers is the emotional bond. At last, Caitlin Clark is establishing that bond. Better, but 2.5 years late. It's better late than never. Additionally, if the CBA is settled, if she returns healthy and performs at the level we know she can, this off-season will appear to be the pivotal moment. The season begins on schedule. Caitlin Clark's transformation from a contentious character to the league's spokesperson. So, do you think this is real growth or is it just improved publicity? Because I'm witnessing someone who is chastised for being too aloof suddenly post a ton of personal content on social media right when the league wants her to be visible. That is either ideal timing or ideal tactics. Leave a comment with your ideas. Tell me if you think this makeover is planned for the return or if you're purchasing it. Additionally, if you'd like more WNBA, click the subscribe button because this tale is just getting started and delves deeply into what's going on behind the scenes.